What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Best Bet show. Unfortunate loss yesterday. I mean, Washington got it. Colorado had 11 base runners. I think they had like 7 walks in the first 5 innings. Bases loaded twice and can only get 1 run. That's an example of I love to play. Opportunities were there, just a little unlucky. Don't hate the read at all. They had 11 base runners. We just needed 2 runs. That was yesterday. We're back today with a much bigger slate. It seems like everybody's struggling with baseball right now. Again, we're still very good for the month, but obviously last week is a little bit of a dud week. Let's try to bounce back. It is Friday. Let's head into the weekend strong. Make sure to hit like, subscribe for more. We will be having NFL future videos coming out this weekend or later this early next week. And we'll have daily NFL videos with shorts coming in, with first touchdown stuff, etc. I cannot wait for NFL season, but let's dive into play number 1. And this is an interesting one. Blake Tidwell over 15.5 outs, and this is kind of ugly. Okay, it is plus money on like a lot of books, but I'll tell you why it's ugly. Actually, I'll tell you why it's good first. First of all, his name is Blade. Sick name. We're always going to ride with a guy named Blade, okay? And looking at his numbers, very soft contact and decent K rates to righties. He's going to get a lot of lefties stacked in there. He's not going to really strike a lot of them out. And I'm only worried about the walks. Okay, this Diamondbacks team does get on base. Luckily for us, Perdomo, who is usually a very high walk rate, has not been walking as much as of late. But he's still a tough walk guy. Lars Nootbaar's lefties are going to put in there. So they're going to have a lot of lefties. It might be a little tough for him. But there's reasoning behind why I like his odds. In baseball, for pitchers, for my new gamblers, new sports bettors, you want to take advantage of certain situations, right? And this situation here, this is the Giants' depth chart. Okay, these are their starting pitchers. We have a lot of guys injured. That dash, that cross means they're hurt. There's only 3 starters on this roster. They've not had a day off in a while. And then going to their bullpen, it's fairly taxed. They have not had a day off, like we said, in a while. Bullpen's pretty big with a lot of bulk guys. But again, if they can get this guy to go into the 6th, they would more than take that. He had went 5.2 last start on the road at Boston. 7 Ks, 93 pitches. That's what we really want to look at here is the 93 pitches, okay? Before, all this stuff doesn't matter. He was a reliever. They had healthy starters. He wasn't a starter at all. Now, you come into August, and he throws 5 innings, 100 pitches. 5.2 innings, 96 pitches, gets beat up there with 5 walks, which is why he got pulled at 63 pitches. But then again, 6 days ago, 93 pitches, 5.2 innings. He's had very good stuff. Again, we saw the soft contact. It's just going to be the walks, okay? Maybe we could bet his over walks and maybe try to hedge both. But I think if he gets 1 or 2, if he gets 1, I think we soar. If he gets 2, I think we still cash. Anything more than 2, I think, is a little risky. But again, I'm willing to take my chance given the circumstances, given the situation. I'm all on Blade Tidwell over 15.5 outs at plus money. That is play number 1. Now, going to play number 2, we have Sagano over 5.5 hits allowed. Okay? And the reason why we love Sagano over 5.5 hits allowed is A, he sucks. Okay, he's actually been a lot better this year, I will say. But lately he's been getting killed again. And the reason why I love 5.5 hits allowed is because of 2 reasons. I guess there's 3 reasons. A is that this Braves team does not walk at all. I think Matt Olson needs to learn how to walk more, especially the last 30 days. Michael Harris refuses to walk. He will not really strike out, but he refuses to walk. He puts the ball in play almost every single time. But this team, the only reason why I don't love the Braves in the playoffs is that they don't walk. And I think they should walk and get on base more. But other than that, Sagano, the only thing green on his chart really is his walk percentage. He does not walk guys at all. He throws meatballs and gets killed with runs. The earned runs is 3.5. I thought, you know what, 5.5 hits allowed makes more sense. And when you're betting hits allowed props, you want to make sure, A, does this guy go deep enough? B, does he walk a lot of guys? Because if you walk a lot of guys, the pitch count goes up, and it's not a hit. So if you get a 7-pitch walk, that's brutal for an over 5.5 hits allowed because he just wasted 7 pitches and you didn't get your hit at all, and a guy's on base, that's more trouble. He can get yanked earlier. So I love 5.5. It's allowed here. I might even ladder up to 6.5. This is a game where you want to pick a Brave to get a hit, and I would probably choose a lefty to get a hit. I'd probably go Michael Harris. Drake Baldwin's been red hot, or Matt Olson. Hell, even Ozzie Albies at this point. Any of those guys, hitter props, have yourself a field day. I think they should put Michael Harris in the 4 spot today. I don't think they should do that stacking lefty-righty thing. I don't like Dubon in the 4 spot. I think it should be Michael Harris. But either way, it could be Drake Baldwin. It could be whoever you want. That is my second play for today. Now we can kind of talk and have some fun on the leans, etc., things like that. There's a lot of games today. But the one thing I want you guys to remember is that this is where playoff baseball starts to come into play. You're going to see a lot of guys with a lot of short leashes. So I'd be careful of taking a lot of guys over 17.5 outs. I'm kind of a hypocrite. I think I did post one of those in the Dub Club today. But again, you're going to see a lot of guys in certain games. So like Boston, New York. If Sandoval's in any trouble late, he's getting yanked. Same with Schitler, but he's good enough. They might let him stay out there. A lot of these divisional games, though, like let's see, the divisional games that matter. I'm trying to see what Pitt St. Louis is kind of one. But other than that, I mean, you still need guys to win. The Braves need to win. Seattle, Toronto is actually, it's not divisional, but it is a big game. Both wild card teams fighting. This is another one where we could see Dylan Cease get pulled in the 7th, get pulled after 6 situationally. Maybe not Dylan Cease per se, but definitely Hancock, especially with the day off yesterday. So definitely be careful and weary of that. There's also a lot of interesting games to attack, like Tarek Skubal back in Detroit. Should get a standing ovation. Maybe he gets booed. I don't know. I mean, he did get traded, so I don't think he'd get booed. But some cool games there. The Brewers versus another lefty here. I love the Brewers today. I think Logan Henderson is one of the best pitchers in baseball. I think he's pitching almost as good as Mizrowski as of late. I'm not going to lie. So I love him. And in terms of any of these other games, I think Detmers is interesting because he's been lights out all year. Gets a very tough Phillies team. This Angels team sucks, but Andrew Painter's also turned a corner this last 30 days too. So this game is very interesting to me. I would normally take Painter's under 5.5 Ks, but he's going to get a ton of righties. So it's interesting because the Angels don't have a lot of lefties to put out there. So he'll get a lot of favorable matchups. There's a lot of iffy games that I like here. As terms of runs, I love the Brewers offense. I love this Twins game for offense. This Baltimore game for offense I love too, but there's also a lot of dead games. And again, we're getting towards that latter part of the season where cold weather's coming. I think it's in the 60s in San Francisco. There's going to be a lot of cold games again. So no home runs will be back. Hopefully these Nerfies start cashing again. But there's a lot of different things we can go to. And let's have some fun. Football's here in a little bit. We all have that baseball fatigue. I still love betting baseball, but the new and exciting football is around the corner. So make sure to hit like, make sure to comment. We're on our way to YouTube Partner, have a lot more watch hours to get. But thank you for the support and the love. Appreciate all of you guys that listen. I try to add a little tidbit of information. Still working on those gambling tip videos. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, but usually I take weekends off, but we'll see. Best of luck in your bets today. Let's cash.